Hello, my beautiful crafty friends. It's Laurette, the Vintage Paper Girl. Welcome to my studio. I'm very excited each and every one of you is here with me today. So anyway, it's Merry Monday. Yay! No, it's not. It's Tuesday. I apologize so much for not having a Merry Monday video. I actually made you a beautiful hour-long video that I was so proud of. I had no bloopers, no bleeps, no problems, no sound, no wrong words. Didn't have to search for anything. I had done almost 6 hours of prep trying to make sure my video was going to be perfect. And it was, and I loved it, and I was so happy. And I went to, what's the word? Shoot, see, I lost a word. Already this video is not perfect. Oh, well. I have to change the orientation. It films one way, and I have to, edit's the word. I have to edit it to the right way so you can see it not upside down or sideways. And in editing, for some reason, and I don't know why or what happened, it deleted. The whole hour-long video just deleted. And because I was working with the original video, it was not in the cloud, and because it was on the device, I was completely lost. There was no retrieving it. I spoke to my daughter. We couldn't retrieve it. So I lost the whole video. And it was this gorgeous project that I was using from the paper cameo, Nicola. Hello, Nicola. This is a guest design team project for her, but it's also my Merry Monday video. And it could be Christmas or non-Christmas. This is her Heavenly Blues kits. There are 3 or 4 of them. And I'm not sure how many there are. Because she just sends me, you know, a lot of digitals, and then I PDFs and or whatever, JPEGs or whatever, and you know, anyway. So I get a whole bunch of them. So I think this is all her blues kit, her Heavenly Blues. Just go to her Etsy shop. So this is the paper cameo Heavenly Blues in Etsy. So that's what today's project or yesterday's project was, and you can see they're all done. And I'm gonna talk about these in just a minute. Before we do that, I need to bring up a little something. Apparently, if you follow me on Instagram, I had the strangest thing happen. I was commenting on posts, and all of a sudden, I couldn't comment. And it says, due to your usage, I don't know if it means too much, not enough, whatever, you can't comment until the 7th of December, which I thought was odd because I've never written anything I shouldn't. I've never violated any of their policies. I went into, you know, and checked, and it says I should have full use of everything. But for some reason, someone or somehow, somebody got me disqualified from commenting. But it could also be that maybe one of the ads I was looking at had a spam on it, or I don't know. But all of a sudden, I've complained, I've given reports, and so if you send me a message, Nicola or Ann or Sue or any of you, if you DM me in Instagram, I'm not even allowed to respond to my own messaging. I can't respond to my own. I can post and I can, you know, hit the little heart or like, but for some reason I cannot comment even on my own posts or anyone else's, or on my, so something's wrong. And we thought it was my phone. It's been, you know, my daughter and I spent hours troubleshooting this thing at like midnight at night one night. So I'm unable to comment on Instagram. So if you want to talk to me, you're going to have to talk to me through Facebook Messenger, you know, so, if you're buying something from us on Etsy, you talk to Jolene and she'll get the message back to me. But if you're trying to talk to me specifically, especially if I'm doing a guest design team project for you, you're going to have to wait till the 7th. So if you put me in your stories or whatever, I can't even respond. I'm so upset with Instagram, I have to tell you, but trying to be a good sport about it. And I don't know what I did. I've sent them a million messages, so we'll see. You know, apparently, I don't know, maybe I comment too much, or maybe I'm too supportive. Maybe I write too many things that, you know, maybe I'm on it too much. I don't think so because I'm a busy gal, but who knows? So anyway, back to work and play. And let me show you what I made. I made these beautiful vintage antique pockets. They are made with papers that are from Rachel at Roxy Creations. These are her 1600 worm paper. This is a coffee dyed paper. And then this is a gorgeous image that I have gold leafed. here also. These are images. All the images are from a Heavenly Blue. And then I have, you know, vintage laces and trims. This is vintage netting. You guys watched me make all of these in the video. I'm so sorry. And we have this one. And we have this one. And you could see, I mean, they are stunning. I'll be showing them to you again in a minute. I'm going to do a quick one to show you, because I can't remake these, obviously. They're done, right? I've cut up the whole kit. So before I get to that, I need to do one more bit of business that I need to share with you guys. So don't go away. Please stay put. There is a project attached here. It's not just a commercial. So I wanted to show you the completed stuffed pocket, file folder pocket that I made. Remember this? It is so stuffed full. I can't even tell you. There's so much here. We have all these beautiful little danglies I made. I made a pretty tail, big dangle tail, and it's got charms on it. It has pearls. Then I have some more dangles up here. I'm going to stand up because I'm not sure what you can see. Okay. You see. And then there are tags also with charms on them. Now, all these charms are different. I did not use any two of the same charm. Okay. All this comes in here. So you get tags and you get pockets and you get all kinds of journaling cards and all kinds of things that I made. Plus you get antique looking postcards. They're replicas, of course. I don't have original ones. Ephemera that I made. You open it up and you get all this comes with it. You get a pom-pom wrapped peg, laundry peg. You get bells and more charms. You get vintage lace, and they're all wrapped. Everything that's wrapped on something is a digital card you can use to decorate the journal that's in here, which I'll show you in 2 seconds. Whoops. More lace, again, wrapped on another one of those cards. And you get a beautiful blank, what I call a blank or naked journal. It's completed. You know, you get, let's see, 64 writable pages to decorate. All the cover's completely done. So all you have to do is just fill it with all these gorgeous goodies. Now there's more. This is not it. And there's more, as they say in the infomercials. And wait, there's more. Now, some of what I'm showing you, there are antique pieces in here, or vintage pieces, I mean, like laces and things. And I'm going to flip this around. Here's the back. It's so full, you guys, look at that. I mean, full. So I have some of my mom's vintage gold that I gave you sparingly of because just wanted to share a little bit. Again, they're wrapped on full digital cards that are backed. My very favorite, which is hard to see, but that is my favorite sparkle tool that I use in all of my projects year round. You get darling stickers to decorate with. You get vintage rickrack. You get more vintage rickrack and some eyelash trim. Again, these are all on journaling cards that are backed and heavy so that you can use them in the journal. This is vintage. And then we have some string to tie if you want. Things that I've hand stamped. We've got all kinds of beautiful cards and things to use on it as journal cards, or if you want to use them as pockets. Yummy, yummy, right? So these are all in there. Let me slip them back in. This thing holds a lot because remember I pocketed these. And then in the back, you have a popcorn bag. You have a popcorn bag. You have a vintage doily. You've got some snow mesh. You have pockets to put in, blank ones. You've got ephemera to use from the kit. So and there's probably a few more things in here that are kind of tucked and hidden down in here. I'm not sure. Or that may be everything. But as you can see, and then the holder that will hold a journal. So this is, I think, going to be one of the most fun journal building kits you'll ever get. And all these things can be used on the edge of the pages. You can use the lace and the pom-poms for the edges of the journal. So this is build your own journal with everything. And all of this is from my personal stash, every single bit of it. So some things are vintage, some are new, plus all the pieces that I made on videos and other things are in here. So I hope you'll really, and there's some that you haven't seen, which is kind of nice that you would get to see for the first time. Actually, this card's kind of bugging me. I'm going to stick this right behind here. There we go. Okay. So there you have it. If you are interested in purchasing this, there's only one. You will go to our Etsy shop. And this is it. For those of you who are new. And you will go to message seller or message. And you'll send a message to Jolene. And she will give you the price for this. Plus it'll be that plus shipping. And it is how you pay is through PayPal. You don't have to be a PayPal member. You can go in as a guest, use your credit card or debit card or whatever you use to pay. And she will invoice you. You'll give her your email address and your regular physical address, and she will email you a invoice. You pay the invoice with your credit card or your PayPal account, and then we will ship it to you. So there you go. And it will come in a 12 by 12 box. So it's going to be very safe and sound, I promise. We won't let anything happen to it. Plus, there'll be a nice gift to go with it. So I'm going to move that off to the side. Okay. And I just really had to share that with you because I worked very hard to finish it. And I put every single thing I could think of that could travel in it. The other piece that's available is this one. We made this pocket, file folder pocket, in one of our videos. It will have 2 of the lovely paper clips, fabric covered paper clips we have a video for. There's already another card in here. Let's see where'd it go. I know it's here. Yep, there it is. That one. And then I have 3 more large journal cards that'll be totally decked out like the cover and the back are. And these close-ups are on Instagram. But anyway, there'll be 3 more pages to go in with this. So if you're interested in this one, you can put a reserve on it. Tell her you'd like to reserve it. And then when it's done, we let you know, hey, it's done. And then you can decide if you want it at that time. Okay, and you pay for it the same way. I don't put these in the Etsy shop. And we have discussed why. I don't want to beat a dead horse there. But it's a fee problem, you know. On the bigger things, it's crazy. So the small shop's not so bad. But the big shop, wowza. They take a 30-year money. So it's like, So anyway, thank you for letting me share those with you. I really appreciate you. Now, I'm just going to do one of these beautiful cards because, you know, I've already done this once. So I just want to do a quick little video with you today. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay these up here. Hopefully they don't get in my way, but they're good inspiration, right? So what we're going to do is you can use, first of all, you need some kind of a backer. Now, you could use coffee dyed paper. You can use construction paper. You can use, let me see, what have I got? Ledger paper. Because on one of these, I did use ledger paper. You could use coffee dyed paper. You can use these papers from Amazon. Has these faux coffee dyed pages. They're pretty good. I like them. Okay, as your backing, you could use whatever you like. Okay, then you need a book page of some kind. You can use your standard book pages, like I did here, or you could use a digital paper as your background. So what I had here is, this is coffee dyed. This has a digital. This is digital behind this one. You don't see a lot of it. And then this one is a ledger paper. So you need a base. So your base could be any of these papers that I just showed you. This is just regular book page. Well, old. I mean, it's probably 1800s, 1900s, early, or any book page really. And then of course I have my worm paper from Rachel. And these papers come from the 1600s. They're over 400 years old. They're amazing. I bought a bunch. She doesn't have any for sale right now. But you have that option, okay? So, whoops, I don't need that. I chose this one. It's going to be a coffee dyed paper because I don't think I used just a plain one. This other one here was printed, and this one was from Triple V Vintage. And Inked Paper Art used to do them, but it looks like she doesn't do them anymore. So she might. You can check Inked Paper Art. All right, so you want a background, a book page, and an image. Now, I've already gold leafed this image. Isn't this gorgeous? And before I get going, Now, I won't have everything here because, as you know, I've already done this. I've ripped it all up. I don't know if it's all here, but what I thought I'd do is just show you some of her kit. Isn't this a gorgeous? Let me double check what you see. Ah, yeah, you can see. Okay. Just not sure. Oh, I just love this. I mean, I could play with this for days. I could just make 100 of these, but then what would I do with them, right? I got to come up with something, right? Maybe I'll come up with something to put them on. Oh, look at that. Some of them are vertical, some are horizontal, and I don't know if they're two separate kits. Maybe there's a vertical kit and a horizontal kit. I'm not positive, pardon me for not knowing. I have not had time to go onto Etsy to look. Oh, I did when she first came out with it because I was going to buy it, and she said, don't. So she asked if I would do a guest design team project, and I said, well, yeah, I was going to order it, so sure. Now, you may see pages repeated because, like I said, I don't know what I printed and what I hadn't. But looks like I've got some are here, some aren't, because I ripped these all up. Oh, boy, did I. I had a good time, though. I mean, I love this. If you'd watched that, if you could have watched that video, you would have seen me in heaven creating with these. Then we have, there is a, which they're all ripped up, too. As you can see, look at that. There it is. I told you I ripped them up. She had a kit 1 and kit 2, and I don't know if there's a third one. That's the thing I'm not sure about. But these are all of the gorgeous, and I've already backed them, envelopes that come with that. This is the ephemera kit. Yum, yum, yum. You might be seeing some pieces again because, like I said, I lost track of what I was doing here. These are the cards I used inside of each one. And then we're back to the words again. So it looks like, I don't know if it's all here, but I'm sure she has, oh yeah, because there's more papers here too. Oh, yeah, this is what I use for a background paper, I think. Oops, I printed that one a couple times because I figured I would use it over and over and over. Oh, yum. Oh, look at these. Oh, these are stunning. I need to do more with these. Forgive me if you see them twice, but they are here for you to just feast your eyes on. Oh, these are eye candy. Oh, look at these all the way. I think these are backgrounds, so there must be 3 kits. Because how it's sent to me is different than it is any other time. So, look at these. Gorgeous. Okay. So, Heavenly Blue. This is the kit to have. I think, you know, depending upon how you celebrate Christmas, the angels, this would make a beautiful Christmas kit, or just an anytime kit, really. I think, for me, that seemed like an anytime kit I would love to have and use anytime, right? And then we have words. Now, I hadn't thought about using words on there, but maybe I will add them to my others. Now, I don't want to mix those up with, oh my gosh, I have so much here. I had to reprint so I could show you something because I really had decimated this poor kit. But that's what it's for, right? And if I rip up something and I want it again, I can just reprint it, which is what I did, right? So here we go. Okay. I was just sick when I lost that. First time I've ever completely lost one. I couldn't retrieve, revert to, or fix in some way. I'm not an editor. I don't know much. Jolene doesn't work on iPad, so she doesn't. She's an Android girl, but she did her best to help me, and we couldn't find any way to retrieve it because we were working with the original. And once it gets replaced or deleted, it's gone. All right, so now let's back to the project. Now these cards, just so you know, it depends on the size of journal you could possibly use them in. This one is 7.5. And then it's about, because I don't want them too wide, about 4.5. So 7.5, 4.5, 7.5. Most of my journals are 8.5 to 9. If it goes in a tall journal, you know, you got to be careful. Then you need it thinner. But I wanted to be able to use everything. Yeah, this one's 4, right around 4.5, and this one's 7.25. So, because I was ripping, you know, you get different let's see, 7 1/4 and 4, not quite 4 1/2, you know, or 4 1/2, I think. And then I just stuck in the darling cards. So as you can see, so this is a smaller piece because it's a scrap and it's what I had left of the document. So this one is only 6 1/4, so you can go smaller, obviously, by 4 1/2. 4 1/2 seems to be my go-to. So rip your page down. And then what I did here is I turned it over on the edge. As you can see, I turned it over and I glued it down. And then I cut out my little notch. Because you're using a book page, of any book page, whether it's old or new, it's a good idea to fold it over on one end and then cut your little thumb notch. That way, you've got a little bit of strength there putting, say, this card in and out. You would not want to rip your page. Now, I don't know if this card's going to work, so I'm going to have to be very careful putting this on this page. I kind of like that. I'm going to have to make a very fine line. I am using Fabri-Tac because on this 400-year-old paper, art glitter glue will leave a dark line where, so if you're drawing squiggles or straight lines, it will show through to the front. Sometimes it dries and it's fine. Other times I've had it dry and you still see the squiggles or whatever you use to put it on, like straight lines or whatever. And I'm going to center this because I think that's the best way. And I'm going to, I don't want to rip this, although this feels like rag paper, but I don't want to take a chance. It is weakened from the wormholes because that's how you get a hold of 1600 papers. I think Rachel sold all of them. I believe she said she no longer has any. And then you're going to put your image on. Now, if you wanted, like here, let me show you. This one, I added another color at the bottom because I had cut it a little bit short. And this one, I purposely ripped it and I added another piece underneath to give it a little color, right? So you can do whatever you want. On this one, I think I'll probably just keep it pretty basic. I don't think I'll... Do I want to add anything under it? No, because I'm going to add some other things around it. So that might just be fine. I think what I'll do is I'll put it on... I'll move it down to cover some of the blank space. End over because I do want to see all this old, aged Italian verbiage. And I'm going to... And I did print this on linen paper. I think it's only 24 pound. It's light. The light linen business paper, printer paper that I use. And this way I can move it around too. If I don't really like where it is, I can move it up or down. I did trim, I did punch the corners, okay? And, uh-oh, I got glue on there. I don't want to do that. Let me see if I can get that off. And in some places, I did add a little inking, like where I folded this over because I wanted it to match the rest, but not a lot. I barely touched it with my ink just to make it match the other papers there. Doesn't this just look so old and so yummy? Oh, let's see. Let's make sure this is going to fit. If not, I'm going to have to cut this down and Ooh, okay. Yay. Okay. That fits. Barely. Oh my goodness. Isn't that sweet, baby? That's sweet, baby. Lots of angels and cherubs. And then there's also the Virgin Mary and baby Jesus. So it kind of just depends what you want to use, what your focus will be. Now, at this point is when I added lace and things to it. Like if you wanted to put a little topper, and I also have a piece of, I think I want to use that, but I like this. I'm looking for the front and the back here. I was thinking I would just put this on. Now, I did staple on some of this. Let me grab my stapler. I forgot about that. I put it away because I had finished the video. I cleaned it all up. And guess what? Anyway, it happens. Not to me, it doesn't usually, but it happened to me. All right, so for a little tab on this and to give it a little age, what I did was I added a bit of glue. Not a lot, just a little. And then the reason I'm using this stapler instead of this stapler is because these are rose gold. You know me and my rose gold. Rose gold staples are in here. Or they might be under copper if you go looking for them. And this is just a little standard stapler. It doesn't have any brand name. I got it, I think, at Target many years ago. But okay, that's going to go on the top. And then I want something across the bottom here. I had just pulled out my lovely, whoops, hold 1 minute. My lovely lace scrap box and put something on the bottom. You know, this is going to sound strange, but I like this bit on the bottom here. Not that bit, believe it or not. I already used that. And I'm thinking I just want to kind of gather it up. I only need about maybe half that. I like that look. I feel like, now I did add some dimension to it, but you don't have to. I had some little trims and I did add the trims. You don't have to do that. That's just because that's my style. But if you want to keep it very simple, you don't have to do that. I'm looking to see if there's a top and a bottom to this. I don't know if there is. Seems like there is. Okay, so you know I like to use my Scotch Permanent, and that one works beautifully on fabric. I've never not had a piece of fabric stick. So there we are. How are all of you? Are you good? Everybody healthy, well, happy, safe? Not in a snowstorm or rainstorm or any other weird thing? It's that time of year, isn't it? Winter. I guess everybody's finally getting some winter. In some places, others, they're just, like Italy, I guess, is just now. See, that doesn't want to stick. It might be because of the age of this, or I don't have enough glue on there. This is the very end of the glue stick, so sometimes I find it is not as sticky. I'm not sure why. Now I flip that over, doggone it. Now my finger is going to be totally sticky. Okay, let me try something else. Because it wants to stick to me, so it's coming back up immediately. I've never not had it stick to my glue stick, but, you know, there's a first time for everything. This is very old lace that I'm using here. This is a vintage lace, so. And what I plan to do is I did plan to staple it, so I'm going to have to staple it now. Okay, let me see if I can get it here. There we go. And I love the look of those staples because they're not a silver staple. They kind of look like something, and you know, in the old world, they did have staples. I don't know about 1600s, but I've seen old documents stapled, so I assume it's possible. And that gives us our little piece here. I'm not sure what I think of that. I don't know if I don't like the edge or what. Oh, it's because part of it got caught. And, oh, shoot. I shouldn't have pulled on that. I didn't think it would come out of the staple. I was hoping it would rip from the staple. That's what happened. It got caught in the back. Darn it. Okay, well, if you don't succeed at first try, try again, right? Let me try that again. Maybe I could do it without catching the back piece. Okay, this time I didn't catch the back in there. I'm not liking these though. There. I don't know. I'm not jumping up and down for joy at this. I just don't really care for it. Let me see. I could always cut it off and remove it, couldn't I, if I don't like it? We'll just put a little something down there. That's fine. That works. Okay. Now I could definitely put some trim over that, and I might if I really don't like the way that looks. I'm wondering what I have that would look good there. I think I know. I have this old, let's see, do I have it where I can find it, or do I have to go look for it? I might have to go look for it. Here we go. I've got some of this. Let me see if I want to add this to it. This braid. It's pretty. That was used on gowns back then. Way a long time ago. I'm going to put it on there. And then I'll cut it. Because this braid, more times than not, will undo itself. It'll come unwound. See, I noticed I have a piece of tape on the end. So usually you have to kind of glue the ends a little bit. So I want to make sure that I have enough glue over here. I know I just covered up those staples just because on this one, it wasn't doing it for me. You know, that happens, right? So then what I'm going to do, because I don't have any tape here at my desk, I'm just going to put that on there. I'm gonna, boy, my glue is thick. I guess it's because it's cold. Okay, so I'm gonna throw that away. I know I had a pin for this. Did I my sleeve drag it onto the floor? These sleeves, anytime I have sleeves on, they drag everything onto the floor. I don't want that to stick to anything else. I need to be careful here. I'll come back in a little bit and check that. Okay. There. I like that better. Very old world looking. And then we have a card for it, which it should be dry enough to go in there. I'm trying to figure out the best way to put this in here, I guess. I don't know. There we go. And there you have it. There's our pocket. Now, Rachel at Roxy Creations made these if you want to see how she did it. I don't think I did much different from her. Just because, you know, when I see someone do some art, which I feel like Rachel is an artist, then I don't want to mess with their art too much, right? So, but I thought maybe I could add a few bits and we could glue those on. So let's maybe do that. I see some here. Since I have time, I'm not going to make all of these again. So let me cut this out because this looks really pretty. I love that Nicola always adds all these little, she adds seals and pearls, and her gold looks real. I mean, she has such dimension to her work and does such a good job with it. I just love working with her stuff. I have many of her kits and I adore them all. So she says, you want to play with this? It's like, yes. She actually asked me to do a few others and I said, I can't. I'm doing Christmas. I just don't have time. And now that I'm done with the majority of my Christmas, I will still do some Christmas here and there through December. But I'm like, do I want to add this? And if I do, where do I want to put it? I'm thinking maybe right about there. Let's put that on. I'm going to put it right about there. I think that's a pretty little bit that sort of, you know, very much speaks to her work. And obviously there's other words on here that I really like, and tags. They're quite big. I'm wondering if I want to add any of them to, I'm looking to see what else is here. Yeah, I love that. So now the other thing that she did is, that Rachel did, was she added some glitter. And even though I have the gold, I still want to add a bit of, oh gosh, I need to get a new one of these. I thought I pulled one for today's video, but I guess I threw away the old one. I just want to add like a little bit right around the edges, just for a little extra Christmas sparkle, or holiday sparkle, or heavenly sparkle. I'm not squeezing out a lot. I'm just adding, I'll show you in just a sec. I'm adding a little bit. Just kind of highlighting bits on here. Let me show you. If you can see. Let's see if we can catch it. We can see the gold that I put on the edges, and then I've added a little bit of stickles. I honestly don't know if you're catching it, but it's there. Trust me, it is there. It's really pretty. And then I'm going to add some to this because it would make sense, right? I'm just adding a tiny bit, not a whole lot. Okay, let me see what we have here. Can you see it? It gives it dimension. Oh, I can't catch it, but it's there. Trust me. Okay, so that is today's project. Now, before I go any further and wrap this up, let me see if I want to add any words to these, or if I'm just happy with everybody. Because they have such pretty things. The only one I could see is maybe here. And the words are just big. They're huge. I wish they were smaller. I like the word sacred. I like the word angels, but again, it's big. There is this fun little medallion thing here. Maybe I'll put that on there. Well, let's see if I can get it out of here. Let me cut it out with... I think the word angels I was thinking of using was too big. It would just come across the whole thing. So I think I should probably try to reduce those words down so I could use them. I don't want to use this on there. It's a very pretty piece. Yeah, maybe I will. Let me ink around it. Just get rid of any white bits that I may have missed. Put those up there. I gotta keep my sleeve out of that one that we just finished. Let me move this off to the side so I won't accidentally stick my arm in it. I did that to the other two. Why wouldn't I do it to that one? Now I'm wondering, I was thinking about using the gold pen around it, but I don't think I will. I think I'll just put it on there and do some stickles. That'll zhuzh it up a little. I thought it'd be pretty if I just kind of did a little. I normally wouldn't take the time, but because I'm just doing the one piece, I have the time. Oh, yeah, this one's about done. I just threw one away yesterday, so it's like I've been throwing these. I try to use every last drop because, you know, they aren't inexpensive. And sometimes they take forever. On Amazon, I've had a few lost that I ordered and they never came in, and I had to get my money back. And it was sort of a fight to get it back, but it's like, no, I never got it, you guys. I'm not paying for something I don't have. So I think that looks lovely on there. That adds a little something to that one, like a little medallion. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. There we go. So you can see the stickles and things. It's all dry. So there's today's project. I apologize for the loss of the whole video, but, you know, things happen. So I hope you enjoyed that and seeing all the goodies from me for sale in the shop. And I hope that you will go out and get yourself one of these beautiful kits from Nicola from the Paper Cameo. And I will see you all very soon, you guys. Watch for my next video. I've got some more fun projects. One's using a file folder, and I think you'll like it. It's not one I've ever done before, so that'll be exciting. That hopefully will be in the Wednesday or the Friday video. I'm not sure which, because I've got a couple of projects to show you. But I need to get them filmed so that we can get them seen this week. So, all right, you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you all very soon. Hugs and kisses. Mwah. I love you all. Bye-bye.